Question number 101. Cemented carbide tools are not found to be suitable for cutting. Option A, brass. Option B is a cast iron. Option C is aluminium. Option D is steel. Option E is non-ferrous alloys. Correct answer is D. Cemented carbide tools are not found to be suitable for cutting steel. Question number 102. Sulfur in steel. Option A acts as a deoxidizer. Option B reduces the grain size. Option C is decreases tensile strength and hardnesses. Option D is lower the toughnesses and transverse ductility, and option E is increase the hardnesses. Correct answer is D. Sulfur in steel will lower the toughnesses and transverse ductility. Question number 103. Tungsten in steel. Option A improves wear resistance, cutting ability and toughnesses. Option B is a refines grain size and reduces less tendency to carburization, improves the corrosion and heat resistance properties. Option C is improves the cutting ability and reduces hardenability. Option D is gives ductility, toughnesses, tensile strength and anti-corrosion properties, and option E is raises its melting point. Correct answer is a B. Tungsten in steel will refine grain size and produce less tendency to carburization, improves the corrosion and heat resistance properties. Question number 104. Tungsten in high speed steel provides. Option A hot hardnesses. Option B toughnesses. Option C is wear resistance. Option D is sharp cutting edges, and option E is cold hardnesses. So correct answer is A. Tungsten in high speed steel provides hot hardnesses. Okay. Question number 105. Which of the following is not the correct method of increasing fatigue limit? Option A is a short pinning. Option B is a nitriding of surface. Option C is a cold working. Option D is a surface decarburization, and option E is a under the stressing. Correct answer is D. It means which of the following is not the correct method to increase the fatigue limits. So surface decarburization is not a good method to increase the fatigue limit. Question number 106. Question number 106. Connecting rod is usually made of. Option A is aluminium. Option B is low carbon steel. Option C is medium carbon steel. Option D is high carbon steel, and option E is cast iron. Correct answer is C. Connecting rod is usually made of the medium carbon steel. Question number 107. Which of the following pipes is the least corrosion resistance? Option A is brass. Option B is mild steel. Option C is cast iron. Option D is wrought iron. Option E is the copper. Correct answer is D. Which of the following pipes is the least corrosion resistant? So the wrought iron pipes has a least corrosion resistance. Question number 108. Tensile strength of steel can be safely increased by option A, adding carbon up to 2.8%, option B, adding carbon up to 6.3%, option C is adding carbon up to 0.83%, option D is adding a small quantity of copper, option E is adding copper and carbon. Correct answer is a C. Tensile strength of steel can be safely increased by adding carbon up to 0.83%. Question number 109. High carbon steel carries carbon percentage of option A is 0.1, 2.3%, option B 0.3 to 0.6%, option C 0.6 to 0.8%, option D is 0.8 to 1.5%, option E is 1.5 to 2.5%. Correct answer is D. High carbon steel carries carbon percentage of 0.8 to 1.5%. Question number 110. Cobalt in steel will option A is improves wear resistance, cutting ability and toughness. Option B refines grain size and produce less tendency to carburization, improves the corrosion and the heat resistance properties. Option C is improves the cutting ability and reduces harden ability. Option D is gives ductility, toughness, tensile strength and anti-corrosion properties. Option E is none of the above. So correct answer is C. Cobalt in steel will be improve cutting ability and reduces harden ability. Question number 111. The percentage of carbon in low carbon steel is option A 0.05%, option B 0.15%, option C is 0.3%, option D is 0.5%, option E is 0.7%. Correct answer is B. The percentage of carbon in low carbon steel is 0.15%. Question number 112. The hardness of steel increases if it contains option A is austenite, option B is martensite, option C is perlite, option D is cementite, option E is all of the above. Correct answer is B. The hardness of steels increases if it contains is martensite. Question number 113. Grey cast iron, option A, its contains 1.7 to 3.5% carbon in free state and it obtained by the slow cooling of molten cast iron. Option B is also known as chilled cast iron and is obtained by cooling rapidly. It is almost unmachinable. Option C is produced by the annealing process. It is a soft, tough and easily machined metal. Option D is produced by the small addition of the magnesium or cerium in the ladle, and graphite is in nodular or the spheroidal form and is a well depressed depressed throughout the material, and option E is none of the above is true. Correct answer is A. Grey cast iron is contains 1.7 to 3.5% of carbon in free state and is obtained by the slow cooling of the molten cast iron. Question number 114. Nodular iron has option A is a high machinability, option B low melting point, option C is high tensile strength, option D is good fluidity, and option E is all of the above. Correct answer is E. Nodular iron has the high machinability, low melting point, high tensile strength, and good fluidity. Question number 115. Nickel in steel will, option A is improves the wear resistance, cutting ability and toughnesses. Option B is refines the grain size and produce less tendency to carburization, improves the corrosion and heat resistance properties. Option C is improves cutting ability and reduces harden ability. Option D is gives ductility, toughnesses, tensile strength, and anti-corrosion properties. Option E is none of the above. Correct answer is D. It means nickel in steel will gives the ductility, toughnesses, tensile strength, and anti-corrosion properties. Question number 116. Which of the following elements does not impart hardnesses to steel? Option A is a copper, option B is a chromium, option C is a nickel, option D is a silicon, option E is none of the above. Correct answer is A is a copper, the one element which does not impart hardnesses to steel. Question number 117. The presence of sulfur in pig iron makes, option A it easily machinable, option B it make it brittle, option C make it hard, option D the casting unsound, option E is increases the fluidity. Correct answer is D. Percentage of sulfur in pig iron makes the casting unsound or not well. Question number 118. Melting point of iron is, option A is a 1539 degrees centigrade, option B 1601 degrees centigrade, option C 1489 degrees centigrade, option D 1712 degrees centigrade, option E 1131 degrees centigrade. Correct answer is A. Melting point of iron is 1539 degrees centigrade. Question number 119. Compressive strength of grey cast iron in tons per centimeter square is of the order of, option A is 3 to 5, option B 5 to 7, option C is 7 to 10, option D is 10 to 15, and option E is 15 to 22. Correct answer is B. Compressive strength of grey cast iron in 5 to 7 tons per centimeter square is the order of. Question number 120. Blast furnace produce the following by reduction of iron ore. Question 120 again. Blast furnace produce following by reduction of iron ore. Option A is a cast iron, option B is a pig iron, option C is a wrought iron, option D is a malleable iron, option E is a white iron. Correct answer is a B. Blast furnace produce the pig iron by reduction of iron ore. Question number 121. Is a cupola produce following material? Option A is a cast iron, option B is a pig iron, option C is a wrought iron, option D is a malleable iron, option E is a white iron. Correct answer is A, it's called cast iron. Cupola produced the cast iron. Question number 122. The machinability of steel is increased by option A is silicon and sulfur, option B is phosphorus, lead and sulfur, option C is sulfur, graphite and aluminium, option D is phosphorus and aluminium, option E is none of the above. Correct answer is B. Machinability of steel is increased by phosphorus, lead and sulfur. Question number 123. The following element can't impart high strength at elevated temperature. Option A is a magnesium, option B is a magnesium, option C is a nickel, option D is a silicon, option E is none of the above. Correct answer is a B. Magnesium element can't impart high strength at elevated temperature. A is a manganese and B is a magnesium. Question number 124. Which of the following element results in presence of free graphite in Ci? Option A is a carbon, option B is a sulfur, option C is a silicon, option D is a manganese and option E is a phosphorus. Correct answer is a C. Silicon element results in presence of free graphite in cast iron. Question number 125. White cast iron has option A is contains 1.7 to 3.5% of carbon in free state and is obtained by the slow cooling of molten cast iron. And option B is also known as the chilled cast iron and it's obtained by cooling rapidly. It is almost unmachinable. Option C is produced by annealing process. It is a soft, tough and easily machined metal. Option D is produced by a small addition of magnesium or cerium in the ladle, and graphite is in a nodular or spheroid form and is well depressed throughout the material. Option E is none of the above. Correct answer is B. So it means is a white cast iron is the one which is also known as a chilled cast iron and is obtained by cooling rapidly. It is almost unmachinable. Okay. Question number 126. Cold rolled steel sheets contains carbon of the following order. Option A is a 0.1%, option B is a 0.2%, option C is a 0.4%, option D is a 0.6%, and option E is a 0.8%. Correct answer is A. Cold rolled steel sheets contains carbon of the 0.1%. Question number 127. Pipes for bicycle frames are made of option A is a cold rolled steel, option B hot rolled steel, option C is a forged steel, option D is a cast steel, option E is a carbon chrome steel. Correct answer is A. Pipes for bicycle frames are made of the cold rolled steel. Question number 128. Large forgings. Large forgings like crankshafts, axles normally contains carbon up to option A 0.05 to 0.20%, option B 0.20 to 0.45%, option C 0.45 to 0.55%, option D 0.55 to 1%, and option E is 1 to 1.2%. Correct answer is a C. It means large forgings, crankshaft, axles normally contains carbon up to 0.45 to 0.55%. Question number 129. Heavy duty leaf and coil springs contains carbon of the following order: option A 0.2%, option B 0.5%, option C 0.8%, option D is 1%, option E is 1.5%. Correct answer is D, it will be 1%. Heavy duty leaf and coil springs contain carbon of the 1%. Question number 130. Taps, dies and drills contains carbon, option A below 0.5%, option B below 1%, option C above 1%, option D above 2.2%. Option E is nil. Correct answer is a C, it will be above 1%. Question number 131. The drop forging dies contains carbon of the order of option A 0.1 to 0.2%, option B 0.25 to 0.5%, option C is a 0.6 to 0.7%, option D is a 0.7 to 0.9%, option E is a 1% to 1.2%. Correct answer is a C. Drop forging dies contains carbon of the order of 0.6 to 0.7%. Question number 132. Which is the false statement about wrought iron? It has option A is a high resistance to rusting and corrosion, option B high ductility, option C is the ability of hold protective coatings, option D is easily weldable characteristics, and option E is a uniform strength in all directions. Correct answer is E, which is the false statement about wrought iron. It has uniform strength in all directions. That is the false statement. Question number 133. The tensile strength of wrought iron is a maximum. Option A is along the lines of a slag distribution, option B perpendicular to lines of slag distribution, option C is a uniform in all directions, option D is unpredictable, option E is none of the above. Correct answer is A. The tensile strength of wrought iron is a maximum, option A, along the lines of slag distribution. Question number 134. Balls for ball bearing are made of option A is a cast iron, option B is a mild steel, option C is a stainless steel, option D is a carbon chrome steel, and option A is a high carbon steel. Correct answer is D, it's made of the carbon chrome steel. Question number 135. Malleable cast iron has option A contains 1.7 to 3.5% of carbon in free state and is obtained by slow cooling of molten cast iron. Option B is also known as chilled cast iron and is obtained by cooling rapidly. It is almost unmachinable. Option C is produced by the annealing process. It is soft, tough, and easily machined metal. Option D is produced by the small addition of the magnesium or the cerium in the ladle, and graphite is in the nodular or the spheroidal form and is well depressed throughout the material. Option E is none of the above. Correct answer is a C. It means the malleable cast iron is produced by annealing process. It is a soft, tough, and easily machined metal. Question number 136. The preheating is essential in welding. Option A, cast iron. Option B, high speed steel. Option C, all non-ferrous materials. Option D, all of the above. Option E is none of the above. Correct answer is A. Preheating is essential in welding of cast iron. Question number 137. The hardness of steel primarily depends on option A is the percentage of carbon, option B is percentage of alloying elements, option C is a heat treatment employed, option D is a method of manufacture, and option E is the shape of carbides and their distribution in iron. Correct answer is E. The hardness of steel primarily depends on shape of carbides and their distribution in iron. Question number 138. Steel made from phosphatic iron is option A is brittle, option B is hard, option C is ductile, option D is tough, option E is malleable. Correct answer is A. Steel made from phosphatic iron is brittle. Question number 139. Ductile cast iron is contain 1.7 to 3.5% of carbon in free state and is obtained by the slow cooling of molten cast iron. Option B is also known as chilled cast iron and is obtained by cooling rapidly. It is almost unmachinable. Option C is produced by annealing process. It is a soft, tough, and easily machined metal. Option D is produced by a small addition of magnesium or the cerium in the ladle. Graphite is in nodular or the spheroidal form and is well dispersed. It's dispersed throughout the material, and option is none of the above. Correct answer is D. Ductile cast iron has a small addition of magnesium or the cerium in the ladle, and graphite is in nodular or the spheroid form and is well dispersed throughout the material. Question number 140. Brass contains option A 70% copper and 30% zinc, option B 90% copper and 10% tin, option C 85 to 92% is copper and rest tin with the little lead and nickel, option D is 70 to 75% copper and rest tin, option E is 70% copper and 30% tin. Correct answer is A. Brass contains 70% copper and 30% zinc. Question number 141. The crystal structure of brass is option A is FCC, option B is BCC, and option C is HCP, option D is orthorhombic crystalline structure, and option E is none of the above. Correct answer is A. Crystal structure of brass is FCC. face centered cubic. Question number 142. The composition of silver solder is option A is silver, copper, zinc, option B is silver, tin, nickel, option C is silver, lead, zinc, option D is silver, copper, aluminium, option E is silver, lead and tin. Correct answer is A. Composition of the silver solder is option A is silver, copper and zinc. Question number 143. Which one of the following metals would harden more quickly than the others? Option A is copper, option B is brass, option C is lead, option D is silver and option E is aluminium. Correct answer is B. Brass is the one of the following metals would harden more quickly than the others. Question number 144. A specimen of aluminium metal when observation under the microscope shows option A is a BCC crystalline structure, option B is a FCC crystalline structure, option C is a HCP structure and option D is a complex cubic structure, option E is a orthorhombic crystalline structure. Correct answer is a B. It will be FCC crystal structure when a specimen of the aluminium metal observed under the microscope. Question number 145. The usual composition of a soldering alloy is option A is tin, lead and a small percentage of the antimony, option B tin and lead, option C is the tin, lead and silver, option D is the tin and copper, option E is the tin, copper and lead. Correct answer is A. Usual composition of soldering alloy is the tin, lead and small percentage of antimony. Question number 146. Admiralty brass used for steam condenser tubes contains copper and zinc in the following ratio. Option A is 50-50, option B is a 30:70, option C is 70:30, option D is 40:60 and option E is 60:40. Correct answer is B. Admiralty brass used for steam condenser tubes contains copper and zinc as a 30:70. It means 30 will be copper and 70 will be zinc. Question number 147. Corrosion resistance of steel is increased by adding option A is chromium and nickel, option B is nickel and molybdenum, option C is aluminium and zinc, option D is tungsten and sulfur, option E is none of the above. Correct answer is A. Corrosion resistance of steel is increased by adding the chromium and nickel. Question number 148. Corundum contains more than 95%. Option A is steel, option B is Al2O3 and option C is CiO2 and D is MgO and option E is German silver. Correct answer is B. Corundum contains more than 95% of the Al2O3. Question number 149. Alnico, an alloy used extensively for permanent magnets, contains iron, nickel, aluminium and cobalt in the following ratio? Option A 50 raised to 20 raised to 20 raised to 10. Option B 40 raised to 30 raised to 20 raised to 10. Option C 50 raised to 20 raised to 10 and ratio 20. Option D is 30 raised to 20 raised to 30 raised to 20 and option is 50 raised to 10 and raised to 20 raised to 20. Correct answer is A. Alnico, an alloy used extensively for permanent magnets, contains iron 50%, nickel 20%, aluminium 20% and cobalt 10%. Question number 150. If a refractory contains a high content of silicon, it means refractory is option A is acidic, option B is base, option basic, option C is a neutral, option D is a brittle, option E is none of the above. Correct answer is a C. If a refractory contains a high content of silicon, it means refractory is a neutral.